Everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm Kidest. This is where I share tips, insights, guidance, my, latest discoveries from the fields of science and physics and the likes to explain, to teach about consciousness, expanding consciousness, self-growth, self-improvement, personal development, and all of that good stuff that can help you create an enjoyable life experience. And in today's post, I wanted to, follow up on that train of thought on the value of gratitude and the science of raising your vibration that I've recently shared right here on my channel, and talk about the energetics of taking on practices like gratitude. Now, in the neuroscience of gratitude video, I talked about, the sort of neurobiological changes that you experience for the better by taking on a daily gratitude practice. And I love providing a map that can give you a well-rounded understanding of yourself, your functioning, so that when you are, engaging in practices that allow you to create positive shifts in your experience, you have a multi-dimensional representation of the changes you're initiating by committing to develop yourself and improve your experiences. Now, you can elevate your mood permanently. You can change your vibration permanently. What is the energetics of that? We understand the neurobiological sort of correlates of changes like that. We understand the changes in the brain. We understand the changes to your sort of default biochemistry, if you will. We understand the changes to your hormone levels. We understand the physiological based changes. And we have the instruments that allow us to accurately capture those changes, whether we're talking about blood work or brain scans. We have that quantifiable, tangible data. But when it comes to the energetics side of things, the chakras, the energy field, we're still learning how to map those, how to capture those. We're still, developing instrumentation that isn't readily accessible to the general public. So what we have to go by is sort of subjective descriptions of what may be happening at the chakra and energy body level. But it's still useful to explore and to develop maps that, you can always update when we have the instrumentation that will allow us to view that level of change more accurately, more within a rigorously validated methodology of sorts. We're not there yet, but until that time, you can still intuit, you can still sort of, have a sense for what's happening at the chakra and energy body level. And that's sort of what I want to contribute some insights for you to have on what could be happening and which of those models and descriptions that are available about the chakras and energy body when it comes to self-transformation are useful in drawing your conclusions of what's happening for you energetically. Now, from my perspective, the first place of change are the energy centers. When you make a commitment to make a change, when you make that decision to improve yourself, when you commit to take on a practice like a daily gratitude journaling practice, for instance, the first place of change that a change occurs is your energy body and energy field. So in your chakras, when you make that decision, there's a shift at your solar plexus, which is, where your personal power, or your personal identity, where your sense of commitment, where your motivation, those are all sort of solar plexus expressions. So when you go, you know what? I'm committed to permanently raising my vibration, or I'm committed to permanently developing a positive mindset, shifting my mindset toward that positive end of the continuum. When you make that decision, there's an update, so to speak, to your solar plexus energy center. So it helps to understand what you're doing when you are making decisions that positively benefit your well-being. So at the energy level, at the chakra level, having that map of what could be happening for you can help you, sort of deepen your experience of change. Change has already begun when you make that decision. When you maintain that decision, you start to see that change expressed at the biological, neurological level. So, what does that mean? So when you do practice gratitude consistently for 4, 5, 6 months, what does that mean for your energy centers? Now, positive mood, positive states, there are different ways we can understand them at the level of the energy centers. From my perspective, it's an increase in luminosity, if you will. It's an increase in the brightness, the vitality, the vibrancy of the chakra that you start to really stabilize and sort of make a permanent expression of that chakra. So to give you an idea, it'd be the comparison between a 40-watt light bulb and what that, the luminosity that that generates, a 60-watt light bulb and what that generates, a 100-watt light bulb and what that generates, a 120-watt light bulb and what that generates. So the brightness, the vibrancy, the level of, sort of vibrant light that's present at that energy center increases, if you will. So there's different maps you can draw from. I encourage maps that really give you empowered representations of what happens at the chakras, what happens at the energy centers. If you haven't explored my, updating your internal representations of the chakras video, I highly recommend you check that out. I encourage, particularly within the sort of level of, human consciousness we're at, I encourage really working to update your maps of the energy centers and the energy body so that you are drawing from and expressing empowered ideas about the energy centers themselves. But as far as taking on practices that change your cognitive processes, your default emotional baselines, they shift them toward the positive, understanding that there is a fundamental change to how energy is flowing and being metabolized at your energy centers is also a very useful model to to have. And the other thing that happens when you take on practices like a daily gratitude practice that allow you to have a stable, lasting experience of a mood change is the flow of energy through your meridians is also different. Being able to metabolize life force more efficiently, more effectively, is speaking to energy flowing much more freely through your meridians. So having that sort of internal representation can help you, you know, really experience the benefits of taking on practices that elevate your mood permanently, that shift your perspective, that open up your understanding. They prime you to be receptive to life-enhancing insights, life-enhancing guidance from the universe. They make you much more able to pick up on the opportunities in your environment for growth, for flourishing, for, really being able to attract and manifest the types of experiences that you truly desire. So that's one of the first sort of contributions I want to make to that understanding of what's happening at the chakra level, at the energy body level. I encourage thinking in terms of an increase in brightness, if you will, which speaks to, more life-rich energy, more of vibrant energy being available, more like empowerment is another way to understand empowerment, which is one of the things that I focus a lot on in my work, is having that more, vibrant energy being readily embodied in your energy centers. That thing that allows you to feel confident, effective, that allows you to believe in yourself, that gives you that fuel and motivation. That is speaking to energy being available to your energy centers, day in and day out. And that is what a vibrant chakra allows you to experience. And that's where practices gratitude allow you to shift your sort of physiological, energetic, cognitive, emotional experience toward. So I wanted to share that sort of bit of a map, there are more things I can share about the chakras, and as I sort of structure my understanding of them from within a quantum biological framework, like what would be useful for a quantum biological human being, someone who is actively co-creating with universal intelligence and influencing reality at the fundamental level. What is the empowered expression of the chakras for individuals who are living from that level of connection? As I gain more insights on that, I will share right here. So stay tuned for more right here on my channel. If you enjoyed this tip on deliberate creation, personal development, consciousness evolution, be sure to visit my website for books, courses, and more to help you in your personal development and personal transformation journey.